All right, Shalom, Yasharallah. Before we get started, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Back another video, another lesson. Lord's willing, this lesson is edifying to you brothers and you sisters out there. Title of this one's going to be called, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. All right. And I was watching a YouTube video last night. Pull it up real quick. Okay.
If you want to sit at the casino at home and play some authentic slots, I just saved your time. Download Cash Rally. This
of Mach 24.
And the title is called "What if a nuclear weapon hits New York tomorrow?" And it came out 4 months ago. All right, around August, but you know, it's dealing with the nuclear. What if a nuclear weapon, all right, a nuclear missile, just one nuclear missile hit New York tomorrow, all right, and they used an example of Russia with the Satan bomb too, and I'm gonna start it from the. I'm gonna go back a little bit so you can see for yourself. And these are weapons of the Lord, man. All right, these were created, all right, to destroy, all right, to be used on really America, Babylon the Great, you know, because these are the Lord's weapons. First, when we get into the video, let's get Isaiah 54. All right, let's read it. And 16. And it says, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. All right, let's pull out some of these words. Let's get this word smith, which was charas. All right, charas. It says craftsman, artisan, engraver, artificer. All right, which is today you're like a scientist. All right, you can think of Oppenheimer. Okay, the Lord put His Spirit, all right, on Oppenheimer to create the atomic bomb, which, you know, the nuclear missile is also going to the nuclear missile, and it was used on I want to say it's called Little Boy or Fat Man. It was one of those. It was used on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All right, and that goes into Salakia. Let's get Revelation 13 and 13, right? It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. That fire is what? The fire is ICBM missiles. All right? That's the great wonders that he did by creating, all right, the atomic bomb and dropping it, you know, on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. All right? And they're still suffering from that to this day. You know? Let's also go, all right, to Jeremiah 50. All right, because it's the Lord's weapon. Jeremiah 50 and 25. All right, it says, the Lord Yahweh. All right, that's his name. When you see the Lord in all caps, that is the Most High's name. His name is Yahweh, meaning he is. Okay, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai, meaning he saves or he delivers. Those are the true names of the Most High and his only begotten Son. All right, if any other Israelite tells you that we don't have the true names or we don't know the name, all right, or the names are not important, get away from them. All right. Jeremiah 50:25. The Lord Yahweh hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord, all right, power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. And the land of Chaldeans is America. All right. So now let's get this video.
But the modern capabilities of these weapons make the situation even more alarming. Russia's arsenal includes the infamous Satan missile, known officially as the R-36. It has been a cornerstone of Russia's nuclear deterrent. However, it is the newer RS-28 Sarmat that truly represents the terrifying potential of modern nuclear technology. The RS-28 Sarmat, also known as the Satan II, is designed to carry multiple warheads and has the capacity to evade missile defenses, making it a potent tool of destruction. It can deliver up to 15 warheads anywhere in the world, ensuring that no target is beyond its reach. This means that a single missile can deliver 15 separate nuclear warheads to different targets. This capability is known as multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, making the Satan II missile a highly destructive and versatile weapon designed to overwhelm defenses and deliver catastrophic damage to multiple targets. Based on various reports and analyses by defense experts, the Satan II missile has a total payload capacity that can unleash a maximum energy anywhere from 15 to 50 megatons of TNT. Now, let's imagine the terrifying scenario on the lower end. A single Satan II missile is launched towards New York City, with each of its 15 warheads having a yield of 1 megaton of TNT. The Satan II missile can only be launched from land-based silos. If launched from the Uzhur missile base in southern Siberia, it would travel over 9,250 kilometers, or over 5,750 miles, to reach New York City. With a top speed of Mach 20, and taking into account the different phases of flight, it would reach New York in about 30 to 35 minutes. Even though it is extremely unlikely that a single missile would be used in a nuclear war scenario, for educational purposes, we will imagine that a Satan II missile is launched and has now reached New York City to understand the raw power of such weapons. In our earlier example, we imagined a little boy atomic bomb detonating over New York City with an energy of 15 kilotons of TNT. Now consider the Satan II missile, which has 1,000 times that power at 15 megatons of TNT.
And now they said that's the little boy had
with an energy of 15 kilotons.
15 kilotons, right? Now let's look that up. 15 kilotons. Okay, is 15. I'm not really a math person, so give me, Okay, so here's an example. Ooh, all right. So that's that's 20,000 feet. So that's a little damage, and it shows you right here. So Hiroshima. I'm gonna pull it up. Matter of fact, let me do it like this. Slovakia. Try and exit this out. Guess you can't save it. Let's do it like this. See the photos. Go to photos and do it. All right. So 15 kilotons was 20,000 feet, as you see down here at the bottom. All right, Hiroshima. So 15 kilotons. Right, Nagasaki was 21 kilotons. And it shows you like this right here. This is the mushroom cloud. And that's the altitude that it goes in.
Kilotons of TNT. Now consider the Satan II missile, which has 1,000 times that power at 15 megatons of TNT. If we thought it would be difficult for New York to recover from a little boy atomic bomb, there is no question that the RS-28 missile would utterly destroy the city.
Look at that, man.
The largest US thermonuclear weapon ever detonated, Castle Bravo, had a 15 megaton energy release, providing data and simulations that help us understand the potential effects of a nuclear strike of this magnitude. If a Satan II missile with its 15...
Ooh, look at that, man. That's the destination for America. All right, as you see these wildfires over in LA, that's a foreshadow of what's coming to America, man. Nothing but fire. All right, this is what we're about to see. All right, coming to America, Babylon the Great, man, through these nuclear weapons. All right, they're gonna be used for World War III as well. Okay, they're gonna be used for destroying America. They're gonna be used for World War III
megaton
first,
yield
then destroying America.
were to detonate over New York City. The destruction would be catastrophic. The explosion would create a fireball with a radius of over 4 kilometers, or 2.6 miles, vaporizing everything within an area
This is just
of over
one.
50 square kilometers,
Imagine
or
millions of them.
19 square miles. The extreme heat would produce temperatures higher than the surface of the sun, incinerating buildings, vehicles, and people in an instant. Beyond the immediate square kilometers, or 19 square miles. The extreme heat would produce temperatures higher than the surface of the sun, incinerating buildings, vehicles, and people in an instant.
Salakia. It said it would incinerate buildings, people, and anything else around it in an instant. And that reminds me of Zechariah. All right. I believe that's 12. Or maybe 14. Yep, Zechariah 14 and 12, it says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord, Yahweh, will smite all the people that have, is it this? Yep. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. You see? You want to burn where you stand at. You can be incinerated just in an instant, man.
Beyond the immediate fireball, the thermal radiation would cause third-degree burns up to 34 kilometers or 21 miles away. This would encompass most of the New York metropolitan area, causing severe burns and igniting widespread fires that would be impossible to control. While the biggest payload capability of a U.S. missile is found in the Trident II submarine-launched ballistic missile, or SLBM, the Trident II can carry multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, each with a nuclear warhead. Typically, it can be equipped with up to 8 warheads, each with a yield of around 475 kilotons, although it can theoretically carry up to 14 warheads, depending on the configuration and the mission requirements. This makes the Trident II one of the most powerful and flexible delivery systems in the U.S. nuclear arsenal. If the U.S. were to launch a Trident II missile against Moscow, the most plausible launch sites would be from submarines in the Black Sea or the Baltic Sea. While the Black Sea is an option, the Baltic Sea, often referred to as Lake NATO, is more likely due to its proximity to Moscow. The distance from the Baltic Sea to Moscow is just over 700 kilometers, or about 430 miles. Considering the missile's top speed of Mach 24, approximately 29,000 kilometers per hour, or 18,000 miles per hour, and accounting for the various flight phases, it would likely reach Moscow in just over 10 minutes. Upon detonation, the missile's multiple warheads, each with a yield of up to 475 kilotons, would create immense destruction. The initial blast would generate a fireball with temperatures hotter than the sun, vaporizing everything within a radius of several kilometers. The shockwave would flatten buildings and infrastructure over a wide area.
Whoa! Age of Empires mobile? No way! That classic game is now on mobile. Check this out.
While the intent...
But these are the weapons of the Lord, man. All right, and the Lord, he created these for a purpose. Right? Let's get Malachi. You can watch the rest of that video if you want. Okay, Malachi 4:1. It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch." So a day is coming where it's going to burn like an oven. I always give this example. You go preheat an oven. You cooking or something. You may bake some cookies, or maybe cooking a pizza. All right, or you just putting something in there. You preheat the oven to a certain temperature. Like, let's say you put it to 400. All right, and my oven, when we do that, it'll go off. It'll let you know it's ready. And when you go open it, all that heat just hits you in your face. Now imagine that, a million times more, man. When these nuclear weapons start, be shot off, and then they detonate, in America, and all these people, who are not gonna be beamed up to us, in those chariots, they're gonna feel that, man. They're gonna burn where they stand, you know. And those, and you got people who saying, "Oh, it's gonna be quick." No, you don't know that. The Lord can make that, seconds feel like years. You know. Let's get 2 Peter. All right. 2 Peter 3, and there's a lot more precepts we can get. Lord will get them. 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Matter of fact, let's start at 7. Start at 6. It says, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. All right, speaking of the days of Noah. All right, that day that was destroyed by water, by the flood. Verse 7, but the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire, against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. So the word that's preserved now is restored for fire, man. So fire is coming, right? But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Speaking of Israel, because they're the ones who can repent. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Didn't he say that, that buildings and people gonna be eviscerated within, in seconds? That's the elements, man. Buildings, trees, cars, the streets, all of that. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up. You see, everything that's gonna be that fire's gonna eviscerate everything. But the only ones gonna make it, the ones who are gonna make it are the elect, and Lord will be of that number. Okay. I'll keep reading. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved. Right. See what this word dissolved is. Yep, dissolve, to destroy, dissolve, unloose, melt. Okay, put off. So these things are going to be melted. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? And this word conversation in the Greek is anastrophe. And it goes into what? Manner of life, your conduct, behavior, deportment. All right. A person's behavior or manners. You see? So how you conduct yourself in your daily life. All right, as a believer in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and it's truth. How you conducting yourself? Are you being wicked? Are you being a demon? Or are you trying to, walk in the spirit? Right? It says, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, and we're looking for these things, we're looking for it to come. Be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. You see? Let's now get let's get another one. Let's get Revelation. All right, what's that, 9? Revelation 9:15, it says, and the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And that third part of men are Esau. All right, because there are 3 classifications of men. You have the sons of God, which today are the Israelites. You have the sons of men, which are the heathen nations. And the sons of the wicked, which today are Esau, Edom. Right? And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. What's these horsemen? They'll tell you, keep reading. It says, thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and of brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issue fire and smoke and brimstone. It says, by these 3 was the third part of men killed by the fire and by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issue out of their mouths. What's this fire? That's speaking of the nuclear, the ICBM missiles. You see? Because what else is going to issue out fire and smoke and brimstone? All right? It's talking about those missiles. And 200,000, that's 200 million missiles. Right? Because you do this, let's go to the calculator. All right? 200 times 1,000. 200 million missiles, man. All right, that's 200 million missiles on their way to destroy this place, America, Babylon the Great. You see, and it could be more than that. You know. Let's also get. Let's get. Is it 16? Revelation 16 and 17. And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne, saying, "It is." Salaki, read that again. And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne, saying, "It is done." And there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth, so mighty an earthquake and so great. What's going to cause this earthquake? And the great city was divided, which is America, into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell. And great Babylon came in remembrance before the Most High to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. So, Lucky, give me 1 second. Excuse me. It says, and every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent. And men blasphemed the Most High because of the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceeding great. What's this plague? That plague is the ICBM missiles. This is what John the Revelator saw. This is his vision that he's seeing, because he don't know what this is. He does now, because John is back. All right, preaching the word. Okay. So the hail that he saw was those ICBM missiles. Those in Revelation 9. Those horses he saw were those ICBM missiles, man. All right, let's go to Revelation 6. Because during this time, you're going to have the elites. They're going to go into those bunkers, right? Because they know what's coming. That's why they building those bunkers, you know? Because they know World War III is going to happen. They know that America's going to be destroyed. They read the Bible, man. They know what's going on. They're not, it says they're wiser than Daniel. They're wiser than the children of light. They're not just old people who are dumb and docile. No, these are some wicked people, on a high level, knowing who we are. That's why they try to hide, this information from us, right? Revelation 6 and 12, and I beheld, and when he opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. He's seen this earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind, right? And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. That's the same one that Isaiah saw. That's this scroll, right? Which we saw. Let's go back to the image. This is the scroll. Okay, that scroll is these mushroom clouds, right? Because they roll under itself. It says, I'll read it again. The heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. So those who saying we gotta take a plane, we gotta get on boats, how's that gonna happen if the islands were moved out of their places? You gonna drown, man. Because within that, you're gonna have tsunamis, you're gonna have natural disasters taking place, man. The earth is gonna be messed up. Verse 15, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks and the mountains, these bunkers that they're building. They're not building them for no reason, right? And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? That's why they want to hide themselves in those bunkers, man. But what, the elect want to come out of those, But the time comes, the elect gonna come down. All right, New Jerusalem's gonna come down out of those chariots, and they're gonna go get, all right, those elites out of those bunkers, man. You see? So let's get Isaiah 34, Salakia. All right, and I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear. Hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Hawashai, is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together. Let me read it again. And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, as the falling fig from the fig tree." These nuclear missiles, man. All right, the weapons of the Lord. "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, right? Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment." Speaking to Esau, "The sword of the Lord is filled with blood; it is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh have a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea." And modern day Basra is what? America. All right, because back then the capital city of Edom was Basra, and today the capital, today is America, man, in the land of Idumea. This is where they reside now. This is the modern day Basra, modern day Edom. All right, and these nuclear ICBM weapons, they're gonna be used, man, at a particular point. The Lord's gonna put a spirit. Let's get one more. All right, like he put the spirit on Oppenheimer to make him. He gonna put the spirit on these, the other nations to shoot their missiles off, man. Revelation 17 and 16. "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked and burnt." And Salakia, read it again. "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For the Most High hath put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled." So the Lord's going to put the spirit on these other nations to shoot their missiles off towards America, man, and Israel, because Israel going to be destroyed, but unlike America, Israel will be built back up, So the Lord, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals and the fire. All right, these missiles are going to be used at a particular point, man. So, and like they showed, that's just one, that's just one missile. Imagine 200 million of them. All right, coming down on raining down on America, man. Which is going to happen, and the elect, Lord, when we have that number, right? This was going to happen to them. "And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them." Right? These other nations, they're seeing the Israelites coming back to life. All right, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? It says, "And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them." This cloud is a chariot, which people call today UFOs, UAPs. Okay? It's a chariot of the Lord. "In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, which is a complete number of people who are going to die. And the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory to the Most High of heaven." You see, the remnant were the elect of the nation of Israel. They were affrighted. They were, scared, because, they're going to see the thing, see it coming. The sirens, going to hear the sirens go off, going to hear the message on the TV or the radio. This is a nuclear attack, what they put up there. So we're going to be in the midst of it, but hey, in the blink of an eye, man. You're gonna be beamed up. You're gonna be with the Lord Yahweh Shai. Lord, when we make it, man. You know, and if we do, we gonna be giving all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. You know, so Lord willing, this was edifying to you brothers and you sisters out there. All right, we gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone, the teaching rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's will was edified. To the next video.